Well, good afternoon.
Hello.
How are you today, Miss Chastity?
I am doing great. How are you, Doug?
I want if all our listeners remember this voice here.
You're filling in for Marc today.
Yeah, Marc is gone for a few weeks, everybody. So please don't change the dial. Yeah. You know, we want you to stick around for the next hour. So we're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna be here every Friday for the next couple of months, basically, and we're excited about that. Hopefully, we're going to be doing some stuff even further on down the road. But our show is basically going to be about travel and where we want to go, what you want to do, where you've been, things to look for, places that you probably don't understand that, hey, this is a great deal to come and go, things to do on day trips. So we got a really very special person's going to be with us here for most of the hour. He is a well-traveled travel expert, and he does everything from TV to radio to print. He's been all over the world, and so McMain is his name, and he'll be with us here in a little while. But we're going to be talking today. We're going to start out kind of letting people know. I'm going to refresh people on who I am and why I can think I know a little bit about travel. So, but also, you know, what there is to do probably around Georgia, because there's so much to do here in Georgia. And like I said, day trips, which are a lot of fun, just if you're just by yourself or a couple or taking the kids, and doing things up from North Georgia to South Georgia. There's some great places. So I always say, hey, from the mountains to the coast, we've got a lot of great things. A lot of people don't realize when I talk to them through my business that Georgia is the largest state east of the Mississippi, just by a few miles over Florida. And so we've got so much to do. The world's busiest airport, you know, pretty much one flight can get you from all over the world to right here at Atlanta. And then within an hour, 2 hours, you can be out hiking or playing golf or relaxing, swimming. And so we're going to be talking about that. Let me tell you a little bit about me and what I have done over the years. Again, Doug Hollingsworth, and I'm excited to be a part of WMOQ. For the next few weeks, and like I said, hopefully sooner, we're going to be talking about travel, and so we're going to be calling this Sweet Tea Travels. And mainly that is, everybody knows sweet tea. We might even ask you for your favorite recipe. So I used to make a mean sweet tea. I don't drink sweet tea anymore, but we're going to talk about recipes. We're going to talk about food. We're going to talk about... Food. Yes. I think we all do, Chastity. So it's going to be a lot of fun over the next few weeks. So we want you to make sure it's Friday. It's a great time to have a travel show. Get ready for the weekend, things you might want to do in and around the area or plan. It's March, so some of you, I'm sure, already been planning for your vacation this year and what to do, when's a good time to go. You know, maybe it's too hot to do something in the summer, but maybe you can do it, you know, later in the fall. And we're going to certainly branch out. We're certainly going to talk about Georgia for on and off for weeks. Okay, so much to do here. But also, if you're looking to go up in the Northeast, Boston, Washington area, Williamsburg, Virginia.
You've got that covered too.
I've got that covered too. That's certainly, and I don't want to say anything against Georgia and all my Georgia friends out there, but Williamsburg, Virginia is my favorite place in the world. It is absolutely beautiful. And hey, you know what we got this year? Our 250th anniversary of the signing of Declaration of Independence. So we're kind of excited. There's a lot of things out there to do. Again, locally. If you want to, you know, travel and do a few things, I got a website we'll talk about in a little while, and it's called freedom250.org, and you can go in there and find out all kind of things about what special celebrations are going to be. If you're planning on going somewhere around the 4th of July, you better be planning it now. It's going to be booked and whatever. Again, Doug Hollingsworth. I am a native Georgian. Live up in between Bethlehem and Monroe. Been here for about 25 years. Lived in Snellville a lot of my life and raised 4 boys, and most of them are in and around the area. My wife and I have 6 children between us, and we also have 10 wonderful grandkids.
Aww.
So we're excited about those grandkids. So anyway, I started 35 years ago wanting to get into the travel, tourism, golf. I used to have a radio show on 680 The Fan for years, okay, and go down to WSB every Saturday morning for about 3 hours. We talked golf and travel and what to do, and had a lot of different great guests on, did a lot of things across the Atlanta area, went to different places. We certainly got some great golf courses here in Georgia. Certainly got some great tournaments here in Georgia.
Sure do.
I'm sure you've heard of the Masters coming up here in the next few weeks. Yes, yeah. I was very honored to have got to go for about 30 years. And we'll talk about how you can get tickets on that and what you need to prepare for that. But that's we started a company, and we've done fairly well in terms of what we're doing. We work with the state of Georgia right now, and quite a few things to promote Georgia around the world as a great golf destination. But we've got so much that we've done. I heard the guys yesterday afternoon talking about how many states they've been to. I'm almost gotten to 50, getting close.
That. Yes.
We've got some trips planned.
I love that goal. What a great goal.
Well, it is. And I love the gentleman, and I don't remember which one it was.
Kevin Little.
Kevin was talking about bringing his kids.
Yes.
Okay. And so that is fantastic, and you commented on that, and that's really, really cool. So we're going to talk about a lot of things that you want to do. And before we're through, and we certainly will, if and when we get our own show and go from there, that we want to give away some trips.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I love giveaways.
We love giveaways.
So fun.
I used to have the most popular thing that I would have people listen to on the radio show when I was at 680 is every hour. So we did 3 giveaways: golf balls, golf trips, hats. Just didn't, and it was just a big thrill for all our audience to come in and do that. So we will get into that more. So today's more of a transitional stuff, and then each week we might bop around, but we're going to try to center into a city or a state. Again, continue to talk about Georgia probably each week, but because there's so much to see and do here. So before we go too far, I got a couple of questions for you, since you're my right hand person here, lady, female, whatever let's go from there. Where's your favorite place you've ever traveled?
Oh, I love traveling. Some of my favorite places, we traveled to Delaware, beautiful state. Maryland's beautiful. Traveling up the East Coast, I love the beach.
Favorite beach? Got a favorite beach?
Well, I'm a destination, so if I can go anywhere, it would be a little island off of St. Martin called Anguilla.
Oh, sure.
And
don't know it well, but I know it. Yeah,
it's beautiful. The sand is like just super soft, like Posturepedic soft, just beautiful. And the natives there, they're just so kind and welcoming, and everything's kind of imported on the island, so it's a little expensive, but you're tucked away, no internet. You just feel like you're lost on a little deserted island. So that's my favorite destination escape. But mountains, love the mountains, love Blairsville.
Love the mountains.
Every chance I get, I'm there. So I love to travel. So I am so excited about you being here with us on Fridays and educating us on all the beautiful places to go here, especially in Georgia. But I'm just curious, Doug, how many national parks do we have here in Georgia? Do you know?
Oh, that's a good question. I know there's 2. and I'm the Chattahoochee National Park, and I think we have the Oconee National Park. There is one, and I'm could be mistaken. There's one down at Central, and I apologize. I know my state parks. I don't know my national parks because that's something actually that I've always wanted to do. And my wife and I have talked about, hey, let's go to different parks.
Yes.
We've been out to a couple of parks out west. Absolutely, Colorado. Ooh, one of my favorite states, Colorado.
Oh, yes.
We'll certainly talk about that. And plan a trip for that. That's. But in terms of national parks, I don't know. That's a good question to come back with and add.
Follow up on that.
Tell our readers. But all right. So where would you like to go? What's on the bucket list?
Ooh, Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yes, I've always wanted to visit Hawaii.
It is beautiful. Now they have different islands.
Yes.
So.
Well, I feel like there I would need to at least plan my trip 2 weeks just to be able to take it all in.
That's a lot.
And, yeah,
it's a lot. And let me tell you, it's not cheap
and that's
over there
another
either.
expensive. Yes,
It's not. No, ma'am. It's not very. But it is beautiful. The water's beautiful out there as well. Luckily,
what about you, Doug? What's one of your favorite?
Besides the one I've already told you, my favorite place that I would like to go is I really want to go out to the Midwest, and I think Kevin or Bob talking about yesterday, to Montana, Dakotas.
Oh, yes.
We've been to Wyoming, the lower half of Wyoming, when we were in Colorado. Beautiful, but I want to go to the northern half of Wyoming.
Yes.
Montana is,
That's one of my
I don't know,
spots.
that's could be a 2-week type thing, but it's. And a friend of mine has gone on that trip, and he's like, okay, just get ready for a lot of driving. And it's just, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
But just, pack it up and get ready to go.
That's
and
fine.
so
I love road trips.
that's probably my number one. I mean, thank the Lord, I've been able to do a lot of things in my life. Been to quite a few countries. But there's so much to do. I'm not sure. Wife and I are talking about, love to go to Europe again, but I don't know. There's so much to see and do here in this wonderful 50 states. I
agree.
It's hard to bet. So we're looking at a couple of different things. California is, even though they're a little nuts out there, it is a beautiful landscape area. My son lived out there for a couple of years, and we got to see quite a bit. But there's so many more things that would love to see and do in California. So it's hard to just sit back and not do it. I want to. So that Montana, I haven't been to Idaho. We haven't been. We talking about doing an Alaskan cruise.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
beautiful. Whale watching.
Yeah,
icebergs.
we would love to do that,
Yes.
and that's a summer trip. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's where you can't. Some of these trips you got to plan way in advance,
Sure.
and you can't just say, well, let's go in December. No, that's not going to work. So, and that's part about travel. It's not just, well, okay, where we're going. Okay, we're going to talk to you about some great places to stay, great places to eat while you're probably away from Georgia. Okay, certainly we're going to talk about some great places to stay and eat here in Georgia, but outside, one of my favorite places is New England, and we went to Boston a few years ago and had been up there a couple of times before, and I'm a history nut, and so we'll probably talk a lot about history in our travel adventures here that we're going to be doing. But
I imagine some of the best clam chowder.
Love clam chowder. Certainly, I think one of the times, I think every place I went to, I had clam chowder just to taste it out. So on this 50 type states, I had to get New Hampshire and Vermont in. Well, everything up there is like within 2 hours of each other, so it's all close together. It's not 4 hours to get to Savannah or 5 hours to get to Jekyll. It's not that type thing. So we took off one morning and went up, and it was in the fall. It was in October, and it was in the we went in the tip end of New Hampshire and Vermont. Stopped at a couple of cities, but I have never, ever seen leaves, the color of these leaves there in New England in the fall.
Yes.
If you
It's one of my favorite things to do.
Anybody want to have a wonderful trip, go to New England in the fall, please plan it ahead of time.
Okay. Thank you for that. Keep
Yes.
that in my book.
Well, we will definitely talk about a lot of things, hopefully be in your book. Hey, did you know, you should know, what is today? What's national what?
Well, it seems like every day there's a national.
Well, sure it
type
is.
of day.
But I saw it on our great Facebook page.
Okay, so yeah, what
I
is-
got you.
what is
Okay, the
today?
National Oreo Cookie Day.
Oh,
Okay, we're not going to talk about a lot of that because then I'll probably run by the store and eat a bunch of cookies before I go home. So I love the Oreos. But there we go. So check our
Thank you for
Facebook
that.
page out there here. All right. Well, we're going to hopefully get Mike May. We might have to check in with him and call him and see, hey, Mike, what's going on? Where are you at? But we're going to get back, and we're certainly going to talk about things to do around trips, day trips, and got a few other things we're going to be talking about here. Are we
all right.
ready to go out?
That's right.
let's,
So we got Doug Hollinsworth for the Marc McMain Show today. We'll be right back.
John's Supermarket in downtown Monroe is proud to serve the Walton County community for over 50 years. 3 generations of the Thompson family offering the freshest produce, quality meats, everyday essentials, and now featuring Bistro South, a quick service restaurant with freshly made Southern cuisine and ready-to-heat gourmet meals. Always proud to support local farmers and suppliers, John's Supermarket has the best meat in town and tons of weekly specials. Stop by and see them for all the ingredients, meals, snacks, sweets, gifts, and everything in between you need.
Youngblood Tractor in Madison is proud to be your local Massey Ferguson dealer. Massey Ferguson has been building straightforward, dependable, and affordable tractors and farm equipment for 175 years. Massey Ferguson right now has the best lineup in their 175-year history, and there has never been a better time to upgrade to a Massey Ferguson tractor. Youngblood Tractor carries the complete lineup of Massey Ferguson tractors ranging from the 22.5 horsepower subcompact all the way up to the 130 horsepower mid-range utility tractor. And with one of the largest trailer inventories in the state, you'll always have a way to get it home. Youngblood Tractor also carries the complete lineup of hay equipment, including the legendary Massey Ferguson 1840 square baler, as well as implements like rotary cutters, batwing cutters, box blades, grapples, pallet forks, and more. There are great financing promotions to take advantage of, so give us a call today at 706-342-2242. Youngblood Tractor also has experienced parts and service departments to take care of you after the sale. Visit us online at www.youngbloodtractor.com or stop by and see us at 1600 Athens Highway in Madison.
Sometimes you can outgrow personal touch. Businesses are designed to do that, and sometimes businesses take quality over character. At Loganville Ford, we have a very rich history of integrity passed down through generations. Since 1961, Loganville Ford has been taking care of our community. That's what we do. We take care of you and your family. We have been family-driven, family-owned, and family-operated from the start, pushing families forward since 1961. Come see us at Loganville Ford, where people still matter. See us on Highway 78 in Loganville or LoganvilleFord.com.
All right, welcome back. We are here with Marc McMain show here. Marc is on hiatus for a few weeks, so you got some guest hosts during the week. So it's exciting, and this is Doug Hollinsworth, and we're going to be talking travel every Friday from 12 to 1, so we hope you can tune in and find out more about what there is to do around Georgia, around other places that you might want to go and have fun at and be exciting with. I mentioned him earlier a little bit through the first few minutes, but on the line with us now is Mike May, who is a travel personality and expert from golf to rugby. Mike has done it all: TV, radio, print, social, events. So we want to welcome Mike to the show. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, Mike. Sorry.
Good morning, Doug. It's a pleasure to be on the air with you and share my passion for golf, travel, and everything in between.
Well, you certainly have a passion. That is for sure. So, and we'll talk a little bit about what you do and have done over the years. You're quite extensive travel writer. I know you, like you said, you've done some TV stuff in the past, and certainly we've worked together on a few things, and excited to have you a part of the show. Wanted you just to be a part of this really first show with Sweet Tea Travels to kind of introduce people with, and you know a lot about Georgia. You're a Floridian, but we want you to come up here maybe and get you up here sometime soon, and we can work with you closely. But we want to talk more about Georgia today, Mike, and I know you know a lot about it. And so let's talk about the great state of Georgia and what there's, what maybe some of your favorite vacation spots are here for the entire family, or just a couple that would like to get out and go somewhere for a week or 2 days.
When it comes to picking your favorite spots to pick in Georgia, it's like being a grandparent with 5 grandchildren. Say, which one is your favorite? They're all my favorite. So when I think of Georgia, I think of Jekyll Island. It's a pristine place, wonderful history. I love going out to West Georgia, to Callaway Gardens. I mean, there's no better resort in America with all of it all of it has to offer than Callaway Gardens. I also like the Brasstown Valley Resort, which is sort of state park owned up in North Georgia. So in Georgia, you get mountains, you get seashore like you do at Jekyll, you get a first-class resort like Callaway, and of course, the greater Atlanta area is a marvelous place. In fact, just the other day, I visited the World of Coke, the College Football Hall of Fame, and the Georgia Aquarium. So lots to offer in Georgia in all shapes and sizes, and there's definitely something for everyone's taste buds, so to speak.
There is. There's so much. You mentioned a couple with Brasstown and up in North Georgia. One of my favorite mountain places to go to, if people have not ever been up there, Hiwassee, Lake Chatoog area, beautiful rustic hotel they have there. They also have lodges outside that you can stay in. Great golf course, but it's just so much to see and do up in that area. Brasstown Ball, the highest peak in Georgia, is just right behind them there, and so that's certainly another one you mentioned is Callaway Resort and Gardens. It is fantastic. About 2,500 acres that from the Callaway family. That was, way back in the 1930s. People have been coming down to Callaway Gardens there in Pine Mountain for years, and they have so much to offer for the kids. 2 great golf courses. You can stay in their cottages, which are fantastic, or you can stay in their lodge, another beautiful place. I was just down there the other day, and so much to see and do there. Day trips around, we've been talking a little bit about day trips. There's so much to do in terms of day trips. Mike, if you lived, say, in Atlanta, those are certainly 2, but those are more maybe 3-4 night Callaway and Brasstown that ones. Anything else that just comes to mind since you've been here in Georgia?
Well,
quite often?
There are an incredible variety of barbecue restaurants in this state. In fact, I did a story on the
Lord, barbecue.
So whether it's Hiwassee, I think it's called Hogs Wild up there, or in Decatur, Georgia, you've got a great barbecue joint that was the scene of a movie with Burt Reynolds, I think, or many, many years ago. But your
Old
quality
Hickory
barbecue,
House.
That's it, Old Hickory House. Thank you for the reminder. It's
Fox Brothers. They're off.
Yes.
Another
they're
one
wonderful.
of the top barbecue spots there in Atlanta.
And, of course, how can you not talk about going to Savannah? In fact, I was in Savannah last night. Between the history and the music and the food, I'd rank Savannah as right there with New Orleans as the top 2 food restaurant capitals of America. The history, the pirates, the ghosts. I mean, Savannah is, I think it's one of America's oldest city, definitely Georgia's oldest city. And if you can't find something to enjoy and do in Savannah, which of course next week it'll be big because it's the beginning of the St. Patrick's Day weekend stuff. So Savannah is Savannah is also an Olympic city, as they hosted Olympic sailing there in 1996. So, gosh, between Jekyll, Savannah, Pine Mountain with Callaway, going up to Brasstown, the city of Atlanta, and those are just a few of the many different appealing aspects of Georgia. It's very difficult leaving Georgia but it's very easy coming back to Georgia.
It is, and we want to make sure we open the information system so people can go and find out information about Georgia in general, economic development, Georgia tourism. Is exploregeorgia.org. Explore Georgia, all spelled out, .org is a great one to do there. Certainly have our great state parks, 63 state parks and historical sites, and it's gastateparks.org. And they're wonderful. They're all over the state of Georgia. They got 8 beautiful golf courses. Certainly other places you can go. We will certainly get into Jekyll and Savannah in the future, but some other great things to do. I want to mention this also a couple of times. Freedom250.org is a great place to go and find information about things that are going on here in our anniversary year of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Atlanta History Center is having the Freedom Plane National Tour. It's coming down. It is on March 27th through April 12th. It is free, open to the public down in Buckhead. So it's got the Articles of the Association from 1774. It's got George Washington, Alexander Hamilton, Aaron Burr. They've got their Oath of Allegiance from 1778. A constitutional draft. This was kind of neat to see in 1787 is going to be on display there. So that's coming up March 27th through April 12th. And there's so much else to do down at the Atlanta History Center. If you've never been down there, it's a great place to go, again, for a couple or by yourself or take the kids. It would be fantastic there. So we want to make sure you do know about that. We will continue to throw out some information about how you can find out information for your next day trip period. We're going to jump over into some great publications that are out there that you can look up online. I'm associated with quite a few of them that we promote our great state with, but we're talking to McMain, a travel expert, guru, great guy. He's going to be joining us for the rest of the show up to 1 o'clock. You're listening to Doug Hollingsworth right here on the Marc McMain Show. We'll be right back.
Recently, I was on a flight writing on a legal pad, and the man next to me struck up a conversation. "Are you an author?" he asked. I said, "No, I'm actually a preacher." Well, the look on his face was priceless. How would you feel if you're stuck sitting next to a preacher for several hours? Surprisingly, though, we had a good conversation. He asked me several questions about Jesus, and I told him that the Bible says if Jesus didn't rise from the dead, Christianity is worthless. Ever thought about that? You see, the truthfulness of Christianity hinges on whether Jesus died and rose from the grave. There's great evidence for it, and I'm one of the billions of Christians around the globe who believes that the resurrection really happened. If Jesus did conquer death, then he's worthy of your trust. If he didn't, reject him because he's a fraud. I believe he really conquered death. What do you believe? This is Brian Wright, speaking right from my heart.
For devotions, visit rightfromtheheart.org.
When it comes to tasty treats, the only place you need to be is Stone Mountain Pecan Company. Offering high-quality Georgia pecans, other nuts, dried fruits, coffees, and candies, Stone Mountain Pecan has it all. And the best part, it's all online at stonemountainpecan.com. Or take it all in person and visit their country store on Highway 78 in Monroe. Stone Mountain Pecan Company. Something for everyone. Eat well, be happy.
You ever roll out of bed and feel like you lost a fight with a tractor? If your back's barking, your neck's complaining, and your knees pop louder than a box of cereal, it might be time for the Joint Chiropractic. There are no appointments, no insurance mess, and no sitting around all day. You just walk in, get adjusted, and head back out feeling human again. Now serving Covington and Monroe, whether you've been hauling, hunting, working, or just sleeping funny, the Joint Chiropractic keeps you moving smooth and feeling right. The Joint Chiropractic, because snap, crackle, and pop belong in your cereal and not your spine.
All right, welcome to the Marc McMain Show. Doug Hollingsworth is your Friday host now for the next few weeks, and we are talking travel, and we'll be talking travel, trips, vacations, places to go around Georgia, around the southeast, around the northeast, anywhere in the United States. We're going to be having different subjects every week, so we're kind of excited about that, and glad to be here with WMOQ 92.3 Real Country. And each week we're going to try to have some guests on the show here to help us talk about different things that we have to offer, places to go. Guest Mike May is on the line with us, and we were talking about some great places to eat. So we will continue to talk about that over weeks. Certainly point out a lot of great stuff. So, Mike, this next segment here, let's jump into some other vacation spots maybe. You've been around the world. Let's talk about some golf stuff. I know you've lived in England for a while, and I think we have the Open Championship coming up in England in July. So let's talk a little bit about, we're certainly going to talk golf and certainly things that we can do here in Georgia with golf, but tell us a little bit about your travels abroad, sir.
Well, I had the opportunity to live in England down in the county of Cornwall, which is England's most southwesterly county, from 1977 to 81 when I was age 15 to 19. But I've been back many times since then as a travel golf writer. And I think for a lot of Americans, the idea of going over to the British Isles, which is England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, as well as Ireland, but that's a totally different country. The idea of playing links golf is appealing. It's exciting, but they don't really understand the logistics. And I've actually been in the southwest of England, played many great links golf courses in Cornwall. The oldest golf course in Cornwall, built in 1889, is one that I was a member of, called the West Cornwall Golf Club. It was a home course of the late, great Jim Barnes, who was a peer of Hagen, Sarazen, and Jones back in the teens and the 20s. Very tall, soft-spoken Englishman, could hit the ball a ton. They called him Long Jim Barnes, Gentleman Jim Barnes. I also had the opportunity back in 2017 to go to the three southwesterly counties of England, Somerset, Devon, and Cornwall. And I played a group of golf courses, 6 courses at 5 clubs that have bonded together and called themselves the Atlantic Links. And they oversee the Bristol Channel and the North Atlantic Ocean, and they are Burnham and Barrow in a place called Burnham-on-Sea. You go down to Cornwall, you've got St. Enodoc and Trevose. And in Devon, you have Saunton East and Saunton West, as well as the oldest links golf course in Britain. They nickname it Westward Ho. It's not far from Saunton. So Atlantic Links is a moniker that the Brits or the English have devised, and it's and actually the Westward Ho is Royal North Devon. Again, courses. If I blindfolded you and put you on these courses,
you wouldn't know what they're all the same. All look the same.
You'd say I must be in Scotland or something like that.
I love that about the Isles up there in their golf. Certainly, I love the Open Championship. The British Open is what most people know it as, but the British has claim to fame, and so the Open is coming up here in July. Mike, you know how if people are interested, go over there and how they can get some information about do we just need to go to PGAtour.com? What do we need to do, Mike?
Well, you go into Open, to Google the Open Championship. Actually, to get tickets this year, they may be closed off because they sell them so far in advance. But
Gotcha.
It's interesting to say that the Open is at Royal Birkdale, which is in Southport, which is northwest England. It's the only British Open that I went to back in 1983. Went all 4 days, came back, was so thrilled. That was actually the last Open that Tom Watson won. In fact, it was the last major that he won.
Okay.
And I came back, wrote about it, and that really was the birthplace, the brainchild of all this golf writing that I've now done in the last 40 years. But it'll be a great Open. Many people say that Birkdale is the fairest of all the Open venues. It is the fairest and the one that really you won't have an accidental champion coming out of Royal Birkdale. If you look at the past champions, that list justifies it.
And this is one of the ones, the Masters as we have here in Georgia coming up here in a few weeks is the only major that actually stays in place. All the other Opens, the U.S. Open, British Open, PGA, all move around. So how often do they just mix it up over there in the Open Championship, or is it every 7 years? I know, we have the beautiful one there at St. Andrews every so often. Do you know what the rotation is?
It's about once every 10 years, but St. Andrews gets it once every 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 somewhere else. Back to St. Andrews, the old course, boom, 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 and back to St. Andrews. So, generally speaking, it's about once every 10, 12 years, an Open will come to one of those venues. They've really whittled the list down. It's Royal St. George's in Kent, which is the southernmost venue, hosted more Opens outside of Scotland than any other golf course. Royal Lytham in St. Anne's and Birkdale in northwest England. Now, of course, Royal Portrush in Ireland is emerged back into the road, and everybody loves those Irish British Opens.
Yeah,
but then in Scotland, we got the old course, and we've got Carnoustie, which some people call it Carnasty, Muirfield, Troon on the west coast. So there's about 10 courses in all that rotate, and they're all links golf courses. And the term links is a reference to the land that is used to make the golf course sits between the seashore and the rest of the land. So the golf course is the link to the sea. That's why they're called links golf courses.
I know I've always wanted to go. I've never been. My oldest son has been and been to St. Andrews and was actually there when the year David Duval won, back in 2001, I believe. But people, if they want to go on vacation, the golfers need to know, and I'm pretty sure you can, help us out, Mike. There are no carts. I mean, you are walking. So
generally speaking, yes. Though some courses are becoming a little bit more Americanized
that's good for us elderly people.
Yeah. Now, back in 2024, I went 2.5 hours north of St. Andrews, and I went up to Dornoch, which is in the Scottish Highlands, and that is a spectacular destination. In fact, I'm working on leading a group of golfers to Dornoch and that part of Scotland, because that's like the anti passa of St. Andrews. Go where most people don't go, and it's everything you'd want and then some.
All right, you tell us. We've asked the question, Chastity and myself here, we're asking the question. What's your favorite place you've ever been to vacation? Okay. And then the second half, what's your favorite place that you would like to do that's on the bucket list?
Gosh, golf has been such a central part of my life. It's difficult to find someone that's not golf related, but my trip to the Scottish Highlands in Dornoch, where Donald Ross grew up. That was the birthplace of Donald Ross in the Scottish Highlands. That was spectacular. It reminds me of the musical Brigadoon, which is about a Scottish village that comes to life one day a year, once every 100 years, and that's what
cool.
That's what Dornoch is. But I tell you, I've been to resorts all over the world. My number one place, and I'm not saying this because it's your show and we're in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
But I love Callaway Gardens. It is the best.
It is.
Relaxed.
I'll have to admit that and we'll certainly talk about Callaway Resort and Gardens for many times because there's so much to do down there. But all right, so what's on the bucket list?
The bucket list. I've got to get to Ireland, and I've been invited. I just have not made the time. It's the stories are just waiting to be told, as if they've been told, but no one's told it from my perspective. But I got to get to Ireland. But I'd like to maybe go down to New Zealand. There's some amazing golf courses down there that many people are unaware of.
Yeah, down under.
But it's a long flight, but I think it's worth the journey.
Well, I know
Ireland and New Zealand.
You used to work with the LPGA Tour, and you got to travel, a great deal with them. So you've been all over Asia and many places following the LPGA Tour, which was fantastic. So I know you've seen a lot of great places. We don't want to forget if people want to reach out to you, Mike, or want to find out more about your things that you do. Can you have a website, email, something that people can find out more about you?
Yes, it's actually McMainMarketing.com, and I'm actually in the process of adding to it.
Okay.
And I'm going to add a new column called On the Move with Mike, because I'm always on the move. And
you are always on the move. That is, I appreciate your time and stopping. I know you're doing a lot of different things this week, but we are about 20 minutes away for the top of the hour, so we got a lot to talk about here. We are on the Marc McMain Show, and Marc is on hiatus for a few weeks. And so we're excited to have 5 of us guest hosting once a day, Monday through Friday, and I'll be here every Friday. Doug Hollinsworth is your guest host. Sweet Tea Travels is our show that we're going to be talking quite a few things about that I think you'll enjoy. So please tell other listeners to tune in to us all week or every day, all day. It'd be great, but certainly 12 to 1 on Fridays. We would love to have them know more about travel plans here in and around Georgia. So, Mike, we're going to talk to you a little bit about Georgia State Parks. I know you've, again, been here quite a bit. So, what's your favorite?
I would have to say that I just love that golf course down in McRae. It's the Wallace Adams Golf Course. They call it Little Augusta, and it's off the beaten track, but well worth the trip. The sweet iced tea there is just to die for. And the golf course reminds you of Augusta National, and it's just simplistically pure. And I love all the Georgia golf courses, all the Georgia State Park golf courses. In fact, in a few days, in the March edition of the Indiana Golf Journal, where I serve as the editor-in-chief, I have a story, believe it or not, on the 9 state park golf courses in Georgia. And there's some pictures and short descriptions, but you've got a series of jewels. But I love Little O, and of course... and
you call Little O because you didn't mention it's an Indian name. You got to say it right now.
Well, it's Ocmulgee State Park, right?
Yeah, Little Ocmulgee State Park. There you go. Yeah. And so right there in McRae, very easy to get to off I-16 going south. It is beautiful. They've got camping down there. They've got a lodge you can stay at, and a nice little grill area that you can do. Golf courses in great shape there, so we will certainly do that. There's so many that we call them the hidden gems, and there's so much to do around the Georgia State Parks. So that's another great, you can certainly do day trips. I have one in Fort Yargo that's just a few minutes away from our house. We have another one called the Creek at Hard Labor. It's another few minutes. It's down close to where I'm at here at the radio station south of Monroe. So there's some great places to do that. Anyway, we are excited about having Mike May, who is our guest host today, and he's talking to us about travel and his favorite things to do. And we're basically, Mike, trying to let people know all the different things to do. Today we're focusing a little bit more on Georgia. We will continue to talk about Georgia because there's so much to do here, from the mountains to the coast to, all kind of places here. So don't forget about looking up the Freedom Plain National Tour. It's coming to the Atlanta History Center. It's free from March 27 to April 12th. I think it'd be great for any history buffs. Anybody who's never been down to the Atlanta History Center, you're missing out. You need to take a trip down there and enjoy some great stuff down there. The Cyclorama is down there now. Been to that since they moved it from Grant Park. It's beautiful. They've redone it. It's just fantastic. There's so much to see. There's Bobby Jones expedition down there, exhibit, I should say. And so we want to make sure people know about how to get in touch with that. It's freedom250.org, freedom250.org, or you can certainly look it up on the Atlanta History Center website there. But we've been talking about a lot of 250th celebrations all over the United States, but certainly telling people don't miss out because they're going on. They're not waiting until July 4th. They're happening in and around your local communities. I'm sure we'll have it. Where we live here in Walton County, we've got a few things planned this year, so it doesn't have to be a big national thing. but you certainly want to get out and stay tuned for that. So McMain is with us, and you certainly need to know Mike, so look him up there at McMainMarketing.com. You're listening to the Marc McMain Show here. Doug Hollingsworth is your guest host. We'll be right back.
It's official. President Trump has endorsed Burt Jones for governor.
Burt Jones has been an incredible leader. This man has my complete and total endorsement, and I really want to see him win.
Burt Jones is a trusted Trump conservative who's leading the fight to end Georgia's state income tax.
He's going to make a great, great governor. You will be very happy, Georgia. Burt Jones has my complete and total endorsement.
Paid for by Burt Jones for Georgia.
If you're in the construction business, you're going to need a dumpster at some point in time, and that's why you need to call Atha Equipment Rental in Monroe, now offering 20 and 30-yard cans. Atha Equipment Rental now offers a complete line of landscape and construction equipment like tools, trenchers, floor sanders, jackhammers, and so much more, like rentals for your parties with tables, chairs, popcorn machines, Dunkin' booths, and more. Call Jason Atha at 770-207-6041. That's Atha Equipment Rental on East Spring Street in Monroe.
If you're looking for a caring dental office that can handle all of your dental needs, look no further. Georgia Dental Studio provides routine and emergency exams. Whether your smile needs a gentle exam, a full mouth restoration, or anything in between, they promise to provide you with exceptional care. They do extractions, root canals, crowns, implants, IV sedation, veneers, and much more. Call 770-464-3626. Georgia Dental Studio, 150 Main Street in Jersey, just a short drive from Monroe, Social Circle, Covington, Bogart, and Oxford.
Welcome back to the Marc McMain Show. Doug Hollingsworth, your guest host here. They'll be here every Friday for the next couple of months and hopefully on beyond that with Sweet Tea Travels. We're going to be talking travel on Friday afternoons. Get you ready for the weekend or that vacation coming up this spring, summer, fall, next week, whenever. So we certainly understand what you need to do in terms of planning for vacations. We're going to get more into some good places to go, good places to eat, what's the best way to do. We're giving you some information here today on different areas, different places that you can go and find. So the Georgia, if you want a great magazine that's got everything, the Georgia State Travel Guide for 2026 is real easy. It's free. They'll mail it to you. Just go to exploregeorgia.org, and I think a pop-up will come there, and it's got everything from cities, small towns, beaches, mountains, and that is a perfect place to look. Keep that in your house. They do one every year. State Parks has a great one as well, and it's from the Friends of State Park, so you can certainly find that out at georgiastateparks.org, and you can get their publication, Georgia's Great Places. While I'm on the state parks there, we want to mention the Georgia State Golf Cup. It's the fifth annual that's been going on, for a few years now. We've done a great job having some fun with it. Bridgestone Golf is our title sponsor this year, and it's easy. You and a friend can go and sign up. The next one's going to be down in Meadow Links in West Georgia. And then we have a close one up here to the station is going to be there at the creek at Hard Labor. That's going to be at the end of April. So there's like one or two a month, and there's going to be two tiers if you know about golf. So you can win and chance to go to the finals down at the lakes in Waycross, Georgia in July, and you're going to get some fantastic prizes from Bridgestone, opportunity to come up here to Covington and go through their plant, get fitted for golf balls, get fitted for clubs. Yes, you will get a new set of clubs if you win this. So we're excited about that. Some other publications you might be interested in terms of looking around. There's a great one over in Alabama called Southern Fairways. So it's Southern Fairways golf.com. They'll be glad to send you a publication. You go online nowadays and pretty much see everything that's going on. And certainly up in Colonial Williamsburg, just you can do history.org or colonialwilliamsburg.com, and you can find out. They got a great magazine called Trend and Tradition. And I'm going to ask Mike May, who is our expert guru here. Mike, you ever been to Williamsburg?
I have been. I once went as a young boy with my parents back in the 70s, and I've been up there most recently when I was working with the LPGA Tour. And everyone...
Kingsmill,
LPGA event, and it was the James at that point is like the widest of any river in America. It's like
huge.
5 miles across. Huge.
Yeah, huge.
Picturesque. I think that if you go up to Williamsburg and you're playing golf, you feel guilty. You're not touring the historical places and buildings. And when you're doing that, you feel guilty. You're not playing the great golf courses around.
Well,
so you have
they've
to
got
stay
some
for a few
great
days.
golf. If people are looking to go to a fantastic, and we certainly will be talking Williamsburg and that area up there at Chesapeake Bay is fantastic. They got Jamestown, they got Yorktown up there. I've been going every year playing golf up there. It's fantastic. Another one of our great places across the southeast here is Golf Central Magazine. So it's golfcentralmag.com. If you're looking, and it's not just golf, folks. We talk golf a lot, but a lot of it's just going to have, here's a great story in here about Savannah, different places that you can go and stay. Here's a great one for up in Rubbling Ball on Lake Lure up in South Carolina. So you certainly want to check out some of these magazines or just get online and look around. So if you haven't planned that trip yet, get to planning. It's going to be a great year. I hope we're not in store for this hot weather as much as we are already, because it's gone from, Mike, you live down in South Florida, so you don't feel it too much. But, we went from like 10 degrees one night to now it's 80-something degrees today. But I'm not complaining. Trust me, I think I'll take the warm weather now over whatever. Mike May's joining us. He's our travel expert. He will be joining us from time to time with different things. He's an expert. He has a lot of connections in the industry. He will be able to tell us where to go, what to do, things that certainly I have not been able to accomplish. I'm not sure, Mike, that Asia is on my bucket list to go to play golf or just to go, period. That doesn't mean other people don't might like it, but I think I remember you talking to you, and you absolutely loved it. So I know it's beautiful over there, but
I saw a picture the other day online about the appeal of golf in Vietnam, and that was an eye-opener to me. So I've been to Malaysia, I've been to China, I've been to South Korea, and they certainly love their golf over there, and they've produced some great golf courses.
They do. It really is beautiful over there. So I can't go around there. Mike, I know we've got 3 big events coming up here in Georgia that are certainly the Masters, which is the granddaddy of them all. Here in Georgia, stays down there. I told people earlier I've been very fortunate to have been for many, many years, and hope to go back. But it is just like a little piece of heaven down there. It is going to be the 7th through the 12th of April, and there are, it's certainly sold out. That you can go online like in June, and we'll certainly talk about that and register to get put into a lottery to go from there. But there are people on the street that sell tickets, and so if you've got a lot of money and you want to go to the Masters, we probably can figure out a way to get you there. But then we have the Mitsubishi Championship coming up here for the Champions Tour here at the end of April, and 24th through the 26th. These are a lot of the guys, Mike, you and I grew up with, so they're great and exciting, and they're out at Sugarloaf Country Club out here in Gwinnett County, so it's certainly great. Then we have the Tour Championship that's been wonderful at East Lake. It's going to be in August the 27th through the 30th, and I've already been told by the man upstairs it's going to be low 80s and wind blowing all week. So it's going to be great. So get your tickets there now. You can find it at Tour Championship, the part of the PGA Tour.com. So there you go. There's some major ones, and we'll keep people updated on these big events. And it's great if you don't play golf. It's okay. It's a lot of fun, and it's just great. It's some. I mean, I really tell people. I said, if you get a chance to go to Augusta National, I don't care what you're doing. Take off work, whatever you have to do to go, because it's just an event, and one time only event. If you only get to go, it's certainly on the bucket list. The grass is beautiful, the food is fantastic, and great prices on the food, by the way. And it's fun to be up close and personal. That's one thing. As I was growing up, I enjoyed being a part of so close. Going to these events, being so close to these players, within a few feet, not a few yards if you're watching baseball or football or basketball, down. So it was a lot of fun. So, Mike May, we appreciate you being with us today, sir. Safe travels on the rest of your trip that I know you're enjoying this week. I appreciate you calling in. We will get your back on the Sweet Tea Travels show soon, hopefully, and we can talk about different things that we need to tell our listeners from there. So thank you very much, Mike.
You're welcome. I look forward to telling you more about Georgia golf. I've got some great memories as both a golf writer going back to 1987 and going to everything you said about the Masters is absolutely true. You don't have to like golf to love the Masters. And if everyone goes once, it's like heaven on earth. There's no place like it. You can't bring in your phone. It's just nirvana.
It is. It is absolutely fantastic. Mike, thank you very much. We appreciate it. We'll look forward to catching up with you.
Yes, sir.
Soon. All right, you're listening to Doug Hollingsworth here. We're going to wrap it up here right here on the Marc McMain show here. We appreciate everybody today listening in. Please tell our listeners more about what we're doing during the week. And who's coming up on Monday there, Miss Chastity?
Absolutely. So Monday we will have and Mitch Swan will be in place for Mark. And Mitch has got our very own Tim Bryant, the Georgia Morning News, that you can catch right here every weekday, 8 to 10. So the Tim Bryant Show, and Tim Bryant will be in the studio on the Marc McMain Show with co-host Mitch Swan.
I know Mitch.
Yes.
Very
wonderful.
Yes. Very nice guy. And
Mitch.
Enjoy that. Mm-hmm. And so again, we have special. You have to tune in. We're going to be doing this every Monday through Friday. So tune in, find out who your guest host is going to be, what they're going to talk about. I'm sure they're going to go from different things and be exciting and have fun. We want to tell people a couple more places to go here in Georgia to find out more information for Georgia tourism, and to exploregeorgia.org. If you want to go to state parks, it's gastateparks.org. And then if you want to do /Golf Cup, you can find out more about the Golf Cup there as well. So, again, so many things to see here and do. Next week, a little teaser here, Chastity. A little teaser. Let's see. And don't forget, set your clocks ahead Sunday. Yes. Okay? Sunday morning.
We get
all
that
right?
extra daylight.
Yes. Thank you very much. I'll be glad about that. But next week's show, couple of teasers.
Okay.
It's about haunted and green.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
All right. Sounds good.
A lot of people might know. We have kind of mentioned the name of this area.
Okay.
So we're going to have some special people there. And have a lot of fun.
That's right.
With it next week. So each week it's going to be some different topics. We're going to talk about travel, and we look forward to being back with you. Thank you, Chastity, for
Thank you. It was fun.
It's always fun, and you've got some great ideas, great comments, well, and I look forward to bantering back and forth with you there. Like I said, Mark is out for a few weeks, so we wish Mark all the best and thank him for his helping us get going and get things rolling here on the Sweet Tea Show. That's Marc McMain's show. Doug Hollingsworth is your guest host today. Have a great weekend. Don't forget about setting those clocks ahead Sunday, and don't forget to go get some Oreos today because it's National Oreo Cookie Day.